be a
There's no volume on this thing, right?
no.
Ah, here it is.
My mom was a
Come
she.
on,
Good start?
Ted.
You gotta waiting.
Come on, Ted. I love how people are like,
You gotta waiting.
I think we're live. I gotta lower this.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
Why am I delayed on this, Steve?
Isn't there a delay? Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's Ted, and we're here at the live Sound Shop Vlogs Christmas special. We got Steve right here, Arno on his phone, Robbie B, a special guest coming very soon. Well, not really a special guest, but
Special guest.
the man, the myth. But Arno, explain what happened. You walked in, you changed everything around.
I walked in and the fluorescent lights were on. The lighting guy over here didn't do his job.
What's wrong with fluorescent lights? It's a
Uh,
live stream for the sound. I figured they wanted to see.
Because we're a sound
what
company.
we
Is that what you're
say.
saying?
Yeah.
I looked through the camera and it didn't look very good, so I had to fix it.
Well, good thing we got it up to Arno's specifications.
It's close. If I had more time, it'd look even better. Gotta make my dad proud, you know? Gotta make the broadcast engineer.
So this has been a crazy year, guys.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on what this year was about? What about you, Steve?
We're just we're lucky that we got the work that we did. That's for sure. I'll agree to that. It's been wild. It's been a wild ride. I can't wait for it to be over.
Arno, it's been a weird one, right?
Yeah.
You somehow stayed busy though. What were you
stayed so
doing?
busy. I was lucky. Oh, door's
Dun,
open.
dun, dun. Oh, yes, yes, just in time.
That was all
This
me.
is Arno did this. Arno,
I
is
was
that,
like, it looked like crap, and I was like,
green, I see the Christmas motif.
you can't see. You're not on camera.
get on in here.
It's
Is there
live.
actually
I gotta
anybody
tell
watching?
you.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people. Get in there.
Should I wear a mask so I don't get any shit from anyone? Better give me a mask. 'Cause I don't trust you fucking
Look at the gang, dude.
Steve, Rankin, Arcade, whole
What
gang,
up?
dude.
The gang's all here. Kay, we were just talking about how crazy this year has been.
Oh, it's been
Ian.
crazy. Is it how many? Is there actually anyone watching?
That's 15, 16. It'll grow, maybe.
So we're doing better than the Stress Factory.
Sending that
Honestly.
Let's talk. Let's
Well,
hear
we're
what's
just
the talk of the
recapping
town.
this year. What? We stayed busy somehow. How did we do it, Kay?
Alright, I'm taking this off.
How did we do it? You got to speak up, because,
We didn't stay busy.
well, we had some jobs.
We didn't have shit. We had some luck. That's all we had. And you know, where are you gonna sit?
Back here.
Where you gonna be texting?
Arno's directing.
All right, B's going to be off camera.
Where are you going?
Well, take the center chair, Kay. We're live.
There's stools. There's stools up there.
In the Corona cloud?
Oh, I got schools up here.
We have been not busy at all. We have been living on a fucking wing and a prayer. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot, Ted. You told me I gotta stop cursing.
No, you can curse.
Well,
While you're up there, look for the hot box.
What?
Nothing.
I already did that.
the hot spots. They're
Hot
gone,
spots.
dude. Grooney left it. I know exactly where Grooney left it. Steve, you shouldn't doubt me. Do you remember how I said I knew exactly where the Wi-Fi thing was for the laptop? And you
Yeah.
doubted me?
Yeah.
Where was it?
It is in my car.
It was exactly where I said, right?
But
So-
Kay, go ahead, keep telling.
So I'm just saying, I know exactly where the hot spots are. Grooney left them at that K-pop show in Atlantic City. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Speaking of Grooney, we have a missing person tonight. What happened? Grooney, where are you? Is he in the comments? I think he is.
Probably.
Where is Grooney? What happened, Kay?
You tell me, man. This is your deal.
I know.
You said that he had more important things to go to. You know?
We haven't done a live in a while, have we?
Oh, man.
No, there's a lot of dead air here.
Yeah.
There's some big gaps.
Kay, how do you decide purchase versus a rent?
Like a sub rental versus buying gear for a show?
To be honest with you, if I feel like I'm going to get ripped off or not, that's how I decide. Sometimes I get a price. Let's put it this way: every time I had to rent the Digico, I felt like I was getting it stuck straight up. You know what? So I only rented Digicos like 2 times, and then I figured out a way to buy them. You know, whereas every time I've rented a Profile or an SC48, the price was fair and reasonable. So I was
Yeah.
all right with renting it from time to time.
I feel like it's dependent on how specialty the gear is. 'Cause if it's something that's you're never going to use again,
Yeah.
I,
it's silly.
I used to have a good amount of Sennheiser G3 or I can't remember. Yeah, G4s just came out, right? So I had a
Yeah.
bunch of G3 in-ears, thinking I'd be able to get by with that. But of course, everybody couldn't live without the mute button that was on a PSM 1000 pack or something like that. I remember that's what. Oh man, should I name the big stars who I'm talking about? What shows?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna watch the
All right,
comments
I'll
while you
say
guys
it.
laugh.
I remember when we did sound for Kesha. It had to be a PSM 1000
2002.
because they couldn't live without the mute button or something. The guy told me. So
Was that a TCNJ? Was that the one?
the infamous one,
Ah.
the infamous one. And I bought the PSM 1000. I started buying up PSM 1000s because I could see there was no win in that argument.
Yeah.
Spin the camera around, you'll see him collecting dust over there on the shelf.
Well, someone asked actually, good old Georgie Thompson, I believe. He said, "Do you own the SD5?"
Yeah, outright.
Now is that is the SD5 sponsored by
Believe it or
Swifter?
not, there-
Wait, Kay, is it sponsored by Swifter or no? Well, Dust that collects back there. Bad joke. I know. I'm not gonna.
Can we send him home? Can we send him home?
Come on, dude. But that hardly went out this year. How many
Was
times?
it
Well,
not
I
in Grudy's
mean,
bedroom
nothing
for
went
like
out
6
this
months?
year,
Five?
to be
Oh, no, that's
fair.
8.
The last gig it went to was the one that the hotspots got left at.
Has it paid for itself yet?
No. You know,
Womp womp.
I can't say that. Like, when you say to me, did it pay for itself? I think about every invoice that it ever went on, and then I think did every line item of the SD5 equal what it cost? No, but it paid for itself in the sense that I probably got jobs
Because
as
you
a
had it.
whole
Yeah.
because I had it. You know,
No, there's value in having certain gear like that, like the PSM 1000s, like the Axions. That brings you into a tier that
yeah.
other guys can't compete necessarily because they don't have that stuff.
Yeah, and I always would tell people like the whole like if you build it they will come thing doesn't work. Like they think like they're gonna get gigs first and then get the gear. It's like you have to get the gear first because people figure out if you really have it or not. And nothing's worse than somebody telling you they have something and then the day comes and the guy, if he even wins the job, shows up and there's an SD5 case with a VER emblazoned on it, and it's like you feel like you've been lied to, you know. So from the customer's perspective, I think they figure out quickly if you really own the stuff or not.
Okay, Chris.
Some customers care, not all.
Any New Year shows planned?
Nope, 0.0. I don't think there's anything on the calendar right now, right?
Yeah, don't be depressing. Because
Yeah, it's
my
kind
whole
of hard
thing is,
not to
It's
be.
2020.
Yeah.
The name of the game is
Right
be
now,
depressed.
this guy's learning everything about crowd noise at a basketball game because that's the only thing happening right now.
oh yeah,
guys
Steve.
doing-
Steve did the game the other day, and this guy named Cockburn, he dominated. No, he did on the other team. He got all the rebounds. He was on fire. This guy Cockburn. What wasn't it? Wasn't it? That was his name,
Wait,
right?
so you're saying Rutgers lost?
No, they
No,
won.
they won.
Oh.
But the other guy on the team named Cockburn, he was in. What was
Pronounced
it?
Coburn.
Oh, sorry. But I was watching the game and I was like, I want that jersey, dude.
Has been playing that joke for 2 weeks.
I'm not
Does it
believing-
actually say
It's-
COC?
it's-
It
Yes.
actually spells it out that way. But he's 7 foot. I don't want to mess with him.
Might
but,
have cockburned a few times.
But Kay, the whole thing is, I don't want you to tell him yet. I don't want you to tell him yet. But Kay has some predictions. This guy's like a fortune teller. He has some predictions for 2021 that I think are interesting. We'll get to him in a minute. But.
He's like the octopus that predicts the Olympics.
Oh yeah.
Kay,
Can't wait for
hey,
that to come back.
I don't know what that is.
There's, like they have like the puppies predict the Super Bowl, like which
Oh.
one they go to.
Yeah,
they have like an octopus that sits in a
it's
thing,
going good.
and where they
I
swim
think.
to determines like what team is gonna win
Okay.
stuff. I don't know.
Interesting.
The only thing I don't like is you can't pop up the comments like we did in the other one. I don't know. You probably can in there, but I don't know how
You
to do it.
can.
I don't
You
wanna figure
guys
it.
just don't know how to use the gear we own, as usual.
I've never been
Why
told
would-
there's a
why
training
would we
day.
know how to do that?
You got to make your own training day. Tell me you want to
Like
come
I
in
did
and
for the
mess with
LED
it.
walls thing.
Yeah.
was,
No, well, that time I set that up with you, but if you got RBB knows this. If you want to come in here and play with this
Yeah.
shit, just come do it, right?
I think I should play with the live stream computer.
You
That's
know?
the next thing to learn.
I mean, if you're Steve, there's no training days. You just take the shit to Rocky and then you learn it there.
And it sits in your car until it finally returns.
Yeah, Yeah, Steve,
Well,
Steve
no, you
likes
say
to-
come in for a training day, and then they come in. It's like we're gonna take all the shelves and turn them upside down.
that's not a training day.
we're gonna go check out the beach house I got.
A
Do
training
you remember
day.
that?
Yeah, and you didn't want to go surf, right?
Yeah,
You
you're
didn't
right,
wanna-
because it was 20 degrees outside,
No, it wasn't.
and we like walked 5 miles walking around the town.
Whatever. You know, some people would appreciate the boss taking them to the beach
I
to
was
try
about to
and
say.
surf with them.
I haven't been invited to nothing,
You know.
so
I never even got invited to Rocky.
until you were forced to go and they had it.
That's kind of true.
Hey, Hayward's asking, at what point do you push back on the gear chase? It's a good one.
I hate saying this, like it depends. I hate when people say that. It depends, because if the show has unlimited budget, then there is no pushback. You just have to do it. But if you have a number that you're working within, you kind of got to gauge what things you can get away with and what you can't, you know? And you got to know what line you're not willing to cross. You know, I'm not going to hunt down friggin' boutique piano mics if the show is like 1,500 people thing at a college or something, or even in a theater where it's like the theater wants to pay me no money whatsoever, but this guy's going to put some kind of thing on here that he can't live without. You know, those are the kind of things that I'll push back on. Very gingerly, delicately.
And Hayward also asks, how many JBL large format boxes do we have?
Which ones?
32 of the V25s, 16 of the S28 subs, 24 of the A8s, 24 of the A12s. That's it, right? Am I missing anything?
That's it.
Yeah, no, that's it.
That's good, though.
Oh, well, yeah, 16 of the Vertex subs, not that they count for anything. 12 Vertex subs. Those are the ones that go to Rutgers.
I was about to say the ones we just.
Yeah, I had more S28s here that got repossessed. Well, not repossessed. We sent back for a refund. Well, for less of an invoice, I guess.
Repossessed does not sound.
Yeah, well, I sent it back to them because I didn't want to pay for them because we weren't using them. They were still boxed.
Yeah. That was right in the beginning of this.
Yep.
Funny one, Wesley Stark asked, hey, can you do a kickflip? No.
Oh, yeah, I can.
What?
I'm not going to do one right here. I don't have a board with me, but of course I can.
We should do one live. That'd be amazing.
Dude, I'll bust my ass just because there's.
And that would be
camera on me.
amazing.
And then as soon as you shut it off, I'll do 100 in a row.
We should do a live stream of Kay just shredding on his half pipe.
No, I'm not that good on the half pipe.
Skate.
Yeah, okay. What are your thoughts?
We gotta get a band in the background.
What are your
playing.
thoughts on friggin' Steve with his hit song this year, COVID versus Wasted? It's incredible.
No, it's annoying as hell. It's getting played out, dude.
Why? It's awesome.
It's like Pearl Jam, Jeremy.
Can we all do it at once, Steve?
What?
1, 2, 3, 4. Dan. Oh, he
No.
won't do it.
No way.
No,
That's
because we're actually recording it.
Oh,
Fight's gonna do it. I'm telling you, I'm serious.
Oh, wow.
If it sucks, that's going to be such a disappointment.
Is it like register with ASCAP and everything now? You're like actually getting rights to it.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be the
What's your
national
publishing
anthem
deal?
for.
What's your publisher deal? Can I get a cut?
It's
Is anyone-
whoever-
is
it's
anyone
whoever
on
does
there-
Kraft mac and cheese.
Has anyone on there ever listened to Mom Fight? Have they ever actually gone and looked at his band and listened?
Everyone
We
reads
have
the chat.
19 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Whoa.
19?
Guarantee, yeah, something like that.
What's that?
19.
One of them is probably one.
How many guys are in the band?
Four.
You know where this is going, right? So that means you guys. That means you guys do 3 listens a month.
That's like me with the
3,
vlog.
4 a month.
Oh, I'm sorry, 15.
So you're
It
telling
went
me
down.
you don't all have 5 friends that would listen to? when you're
It's not
close?
easy listening.
I'll
It's
say.
not something you can put on, you know.
Yeah, I'll say. Until COVID versus Wasted comes out, then you might have a hit on your hands.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that
that'll
one's
go
gonna. I'm gonna
straight.
make it go viral. I'll be like Ted. I'll pay for subs.
Hey, I don't do
No,
that.
okay.
I do not. I've never done it. It's all organic. Don't.
Listen, I got all the footage from COVID versus Wasted. Let's make an edit to the song and put that up there. And
Okay, we'll get to this later, but Chrissy Floyd is saying, and I'm hearing good news about shows coming back in the summer. We'll get to that prediction later.
why do you not want to talk about that now? Why-
Because that's the
why are
big.
we
Because you
holding
have the
off
good
on this?
views on it.
I just have a view on it. I don't have any insider info. I got
Well, We'll talk about it.
nothing concrete. I
Let's
just
talk
have
about
a
it now. I got
prediction.
places to go, Ted.
All right, he's got to eat. Yeah, talk about it now. What? Kay has an amazing, bold
We
prediction.
should stop.
What?
I think by April, shit's gonna come back. That's it. Like I think in April, it's gonna slowly start to trickle in. My prediction is that everyone here that gets the vaccine, it's gonna be some kind of thing where you have to bring the card that says you've been vaccinated. You need that to gain entry into the venues. It's gonna be something along them lines.
Yeah.
And then I think that come April, slowly but surely, things will kind of come back to life. And by the fall, I think by the fall, it's going to be like there's not enough gear here to handle what the workload is.
Live Nation already said they have the plan in place for bringing shows back.
Yeah.
That they're doing a card or something.
Exactly.
So
You
if
never
they're
judge.
already on board, then all the small promoters are gonna have to get on board. All the colleges and everyone else is gonna have to start making it happen.
And every show that I get's going to want 18 subwoofers, and the 4 that I just sent back are going to come back to bite me in the ass.
Okay, but do you advise people to take gigs this far out at lower rates?
All right, so that's the big question, right? My advice is no more wheeling and dealing for COVID rates unless it's between now and April. If someone has a show for you in February, take what you can get. But if someone's trying to lock you in for some festival in May, don't give them any kind of special rate, because my prediction is that come May, everyone's going to be getting phone calls. And if you're locked in on some shitty gig, you're going to be stuck with it. You know?
Shitty pay, you mean, right?
Well, shitty
All
gig
the
means
above.
shitty pay.
Yeah.
If I'm getting paid well, there are no shitty gigs. You guys complain, not me when I'm cashing the check.
Yeah, I'll say.
I try to go to the shitty ones, man. Like if I know it's a long haul,
You go to everything.
I go.
What?
Kay goes to everything,
Not
pretty much.
lately.
I was about to say, I
Well,
was like,
no, but there hasn't really been much going on. But
He's in boss mode lately. He didn't go to the sub loadout.
that's not a
It's
gig.
a 45-minute thing.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
not a
it
gig.
was longer than that.
It was longer because you took a S break.
no,
With
I didn't mean
with
Kip.
Kip. You and Kip, I watched you. Snuck away, got stuck in the elevator. I know you smoked him.
No.
I know. I'm
Oh,
gonna
we
go back to
did
the
it.
security camera footage. I'm gonna see you and Kip.
he had his
Tie back
GoPro
here.
out the whole time. I'm sure it's captured on there.
No, the elevator was broke, so we had.
What?
Yeah, so we had to pull a truck around and get him. But
That's always been the way. What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about bringing the SRX?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna
to
bring
the
those
other
up.
stuff,
Oh,
so, you know,
so what?
going back to Chris Floyd said he thinks crowd noise sucks. He deals with it here in Tennessee.
Mhm.
I thought it was kind of fun. You didn't think so, Kai, or you didn't like?
Dude, I was just happy to have something. You know what I mean? So, does he use QLab like everybody else is and an Innovation trigger pad?
Yeah, Chris Floyd in the comments, say what you use for your crowd
There
noise.
you have it. QLab, Innovation Trigger Pad. A bunch of sample.
I don't
packs
mind
of
it. I'm starting to take a liking to basketball. The games are fun.
And they're ranked. They're doing good. Speaking of which, check the score. But
Yeah, wait a minute. Aren't you supposed to be there?
No,
the
it
away
was,
game.
it was at noon.
Oh, the game already happened?
There was a women's game.
Are you
today,
sure
yeah.
you're getting all those emails? Here we are. I'm conducting business right now.
I'm not getting
chaos
anything about
continues.
scheduling. I'm just going on Google, looking up their schedule, and being like, all right,
I
I gotta be
forward
there.
you every email. As soon as I see an email, I forward it to you. And you
Oh
should-
no, I'm sure. I don't think they've
He's
sent
like, yeah,
you
I'm sure
one
you do.
about another.
I don't
game.
check my
That's
email.
what
Check the emails.
I've been to every game. I haven't been late.
Yeah, lucky you.
He's been to every game that he knows he
Lucky
has.
him. He stepped in
I
us.
know, man. I mean, how much better is that than football? Honestly, like football was 4 games, and they give us a surprise 5th one. But
And
like
it's freezing and
basketball,
it's snow everywhere.
how many have you already done? Like,
I've done like probably like
10.
8 or 10. Yeah,
yeah.
Scrooge McDuck, look at him.
Man,
it's not. It's not.
can I come swimming in your pools of money?
Yeah.
Dude, to be honest with you, I mean, for January and December, like this is a good gig to begin with. Like,
Yeah.
there's usually never anything really steady.
Yeah.
You know. The thing
It's
about
always fun.
you know what's funny, Ted? You can probably answer this. The question about if we ever have a New Year's gig. It's actually rare that we have like a New Year's Eve party. Like, how is that possible? I never get New Year's gigs.
Didn't we get that like? We totally got that like goofy massage envy gig once on New Year's, right? Wasn't it? It was like the most baffling New Year's Eve gig.
Where?
And Team Square once. Where we hung the AC Shitsteins up in a tent or something like that. You don't remember? That was like. And you had a couple video wall gigs. I remember.
And wait, where? Times Square on New Year's Eve? Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, nobody
He's,
did it.
we
What?
did
No
many
way.
years.
No, we
we
did not, dude. We were nowhere near there on New Year's Eve. We've
not-
done some New Year's parties, but it was
Yeah.
always like a band calls me and wants me to do their thing in like some hotel banquet hall. and then they're like, "Can you do it for $400?"
And everyone wants that double time.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, it's funny you just said that too. I think the last couple New Year's gigs I didn't get specifically because of trying to get more money out of them because nobody wanted to do a holiday pay without getting paid more.
It's a holiday.
Last couple of years, I did
More.
like club nights in the city.
What,
Did you
Sony
Sony
or whatever? Or
No, not Sony. Just like random
random.
promoters.
Ben Welch is asking, Kay, have you tried the D Live? If you like Yamaha, you'd enjoy the D Live.
I've had a demo of the D Live here. Grooney was here with me, which was probably a mistake because he was just poo-pooing on it the whole time, and it was like, dude, what is the problem? It was like he was just like, I don't like that. That's weird.
It's made by the
It's
same
not
company that makes
Digico,
Digico, so I don't understand why he's so.
It's not really digital. So
Yeah, because his nose is turned up to anything that doesn't.
yeah. So again, to me, the problem with something like that Alan Heath D Live is like if I'm buying that board, that's a for us board. That's not a for the riders board. It doesn't come up that often. So I bought a CL5 instead because I think a CL5 is way more
It's a little more.
useful, rentable,
I
requested.
do see,
I don't know.
in Europe at least, I do see more and more D Lives. So I don't know if that's going to make its way here, in terms of, but
Yeah, but are you seeing them like in
no, like
right?
people touring with. I mean, even here, people touring with them, but
See, but that's the thing too. So if people are touring with them, that doesn't help me at all.
Right.
You know? It's like, all right, well, the touring guys are taking that because it's inexpensive and it's good. So
that's why I have one. It's the cheapest
That's why
option that has 128 in.
that's why Grooney should have bought one. I heard he's not having too much luck with the.
He's trying to sell. He's
trying
trying
to
to
get
sell
rid of it.
It's yeah. I'm not going to start a discussion.
If anybody wants to get ripped off on a
I know.
on a Waves LV1 package with a Tactus and all that, hit up Grooney at front of house on Instagram.
And as soon as you unwrap it, you'll have
He's
the
waiting
blue
for you.
screen of death.
He's waiting for your money. I remember the day he bought the fucking license off me, man. I'd do a little dance when he left. I was like, thank God. Because it's bad
Alright,
enough that
you know what?
software you're usually stuck with, you know.
The best part about this is he would send me videos of him getting the blue screen of death, and then like a week later, he's like, selling my LV1.
Yeah.
If you know anyone who wants it, I was like, you've literally been sending me all the problems you've been having,
No,
and now you're trying me to palm that off on
That
some of
might
my
just be-
buddies?
No.
Get
That
out of
just
here.
might be a computer problem. That's not necessarily.
No, I know. He said it's all fixed, but I'm
Yeah,
just
it's
like,
fixed,
I'm
yeah.
not an LV1 fan
I
necessarily.
only dropped my computer 6 times on tour. I don't know why it's not working.
But it was just, I thought that was so funny that he's like, look at all these problems I'm having. You want to buy it?
Here's a controversial question. Are you guys getting the vaccine right away?
Fuck
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Give it to him.
Robbie B is on the
I,
fence.
I guarantee. I
Robbie B
guarantee-
is like, man, I don't want to put something like that in my body. Meanwhile, he's like,
What's wrong, Steve?
What? I don't get the
Steve, you're
joke.
wrong. He's joking.
I don't get the
better
joke, but
Yeah, look at Steve's.
he's H as a seat. No,
Yeah, I'm getting it. You're not? You're hesitant?
I'm going to abstain from answering that question.
No.
wow, you
It's
might
not
get some
mandatory.
support. You might have
It's,
some support on the comments. I'm sure you do.
I don't know.
This is a pretty split down the middle kind of thing.
I don't think it's necessarily.
My dad's not getting it.
No, there's
He's like so against it. He's like, I'd rather go to jail.
So,
I wouldn't go. I'm not going that. I'm not
Yeah.
that bad.
everyone
but
everyone that I keep talking to in production, because I talked to somebody else that works close with us about this, and he said the same thing. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. And I told him my theory about how, like, come April, there'll be enough people vaccinated that they'll have the card. They'll start slowly doing things and all that. And he's like, you watch, no one's going to get it. No one's going to get it. My rationale is this. The human race has done everything we can about COVID. Like, the vaccine is the only answer. That's it. So it's like we've done all we can do at this point. And if people are dumb enough to not take the vaccine, no offense, RBB,
none taken.
then by the fall, it's going to be on you. Or it's like, you didn't want it, well, then die. You know?
Hey.
No, yeah.
I'm not trying to say I agree or disagree with the thinking. I'm just saying, come the fall, from a business perspective, it's like we have done all we can do. Like, this is it. At what point are we going to get life back to normal? The vaccine is the only answer, you know? Unless they're going to fucking make miniature fucking shrinking machines and send people in everyone's body to zap COVID with a gun. Like, there's no other answer.
Isn't that the vaccine?
In a sense, yeah. But you get what I'm saying. There is no other thing left to do.
Right.
You know, clearly people are going to get fed up with staying inside and fucking like the wearing the mask thing is not even that big a deal. It's the whole like not going anywhere, not going to events. Like I'm sick of it, man. I want to go somewhere already.
Yeah.
You know, I'd normally take a surf trip to Puerto Rico this time of the year, and I can't do that. It's like, dude, I had it. You know. So once the vaccine is fully in effect, what the hell else is there to wait for?
I'm gonna travel again.
Yeah,
So I
surf
can get the
trip.
heck out of here.
Surf trip's cheap, you know. Like you just got to get a place to stay and the plane ticket.
I got a place. You need a place in Rincon?
Fuck yeah, you got a place? Dude?
It's not mine. We'll talk later.
This sounds like some
Where is it? Do you know where?
shady Yakuza
I'll have to look.
Puerto Rican gangster.
We'll chat. We'll chat. No.
Because that's where I
Friend,
go.
family friend.
Okay, so Tommy Lidke, I think
Private
he's from
beach trip,
Jersey.
too.
I think Tommy Lidke's from Jersey. He's asking, when do you think we'll be back in arenas? That's a good one.
Well, actually, obviously they dropped the NHL schedule.
Oh.
Devils told me that it's going to start out no fans in the arena.
Which is normal for them.
So
But-
really,
wait,
what's
wait,
the
wait,
difference?
wait, hold on a second. Can we back this up? What do you mean the Devils told you?
Like I got an
Who's
email
the
that they sent to
ticket holder?
everybody.
Oh.
They didn't
The
tell me
New Jersey
specifically.
Devil, the
This makes it
mascot,
sound like-
the
Yeah.
mascot knocked on his
I
door.
don't have NHL insiders.
No.
I got an email from my season ticket.
You're
rep.
making it sound
But-
like
but
you
hold
were
on,
at
hold
the
on.
shareholders
No.
meeting.
You're telling me
and
that the Devils have no fans in their arena?
No fans.
So a regular season for them?
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, they're working on a plan to like how they're gonna set it up, and have hopefully when fans are back allowed in the arenas. So it could possibly happen
Before the summer.
before the summer.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. I think it's going to be like May. I'm going to say this. I think I'm going to be hanging my first big line array in May. All right, that's my prediction. It's going to be some weird thing, and it's going to be like not as many. They're going to have like a really light capacity, but it's going to be like a testing the waters, trying to start doing something type of job that I think will happen in May.
I think outdoor stuff once the weather gets nice.
Oh,
will
yeah,
be
absolutely. I
much
think outdoor
easier to
stuff
pull
is
off. Like, didn't the
absolutely
NFL
worth it.
have people at games?
Some states
think
that
so.
allowed it. Yeah.
Some of the states. Okay, because I didn't watch
that was
it,
like a-
but
Yeah, that's the
I
other
know
thing.
I remember hearing about
Different
that,
states
so.
have different rules.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm
for
specifically
sure.
talking about my
New
workload
Jersey,
and
no,
New
around
yeah,
Jersey
here.
specifically is.
Like I said, I don't
More
follow
strict.
the NFL, so I didn't know exactly what they were doing. I just remember hearing.
Yeah, that's the other thing. My predictions are just based on what my
Yeah, yeah,
clients are and what I expect from the arenas and the bigger venues that I work in.
I mean, I'm still seeing videos of places having concerts where it's like you definitely should be.
Oh no, yeah,
You know, and it's
a
like,
handful of them.
This is
too.
all it's doing is hurting us right now.
Yeah.
So people can just be patient
Yeah, I just
until the spring.
I agree.
I think everybody that would normally be hiring me is chomping at the fucking bit right now to do something. They probably have all kinds of things on hold where it's like they're just waiting, and eventually it's like they're all just waiting for the word go, and then it's going to be like.
That's what, yeah.
Yeah. I know, like,
Something like you, it'll blow up.
And again, vaccine or not, like I said, what else is there to wait for? So,
my
Give me
inside
that
scoop
Our
is
Lord and Savior.
the
well, good. They'll let church back in business, and they can have that at their.
the colleges are already booking virtual for the spring, so we'll see. I mean, that's like
For
also
now.
early spring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
what they're
now.
booking now, what they're planning now is all virtual.
Yeah.
So hopefully late spring there might be something. I think also the colleges are going to be the most nervous because of their population and like kids are very
Dirty.
What did Biden say?
Unpredictable.
100 days mask or something when he comes into office?
100
No.
days or something. He's going to
Yeah,
try to get 100
so-
days of masks.
January, February, March, April. It's
Yeah.
like May. Yeah. So sounds about right.
yeah 3 months.
Yeah.
So
But
And
I was,
again-
I was actually thinking the other day about how like I can't remember the last time I hung a big rig. It was that job in March or February. What, Ted?
No, I just want to point out Luke Williams. He's mentioning our final thoughts on the wing. The wing has been stagnant for a while. I know.
You're supposed to milk that cow for all it's worth.
I want to bring the wing back because the wing equals views.
It got some use
All right.
this
What?
year.
Baines hasn't really been on the
No, he hasn't. But we had a guy using the wing all summer long,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I would
like
love to get his take on it.
Why isn't he here?
Oh, he had a family thing.
2.5
But
All right, so
we don't have any updated views. Plus, the wing's arch nemesis Grooney's not here.
Yeah, right.
So-
That would have been good. Get them to go at
well,
it.
No one has experience with it here, really. You did you?
all right, so I don't have hands on, but I do have this. It stayed at that thing at the Grotto. We had a gig at this place called the Grotto all summer. It was like again a lifeline type thing that started in July and it went all the way till what mid October, right? It went like no, when the mid like October 18th was
Yep.
the last one. So it went from July 28th to October 15th. And for me, as the company owner, all I know is that that console lived there the whole time, and I didn't hear shit from anyone. Like, I didn't hear anyone telling me it's
Wow.
fucking up, it's not crashing,
Same.
it's this, it's that. We had to do a multi-track recording on it one time, and it just happened. Yeah. All right, so there he is. That's the only thing I remember hearing, is that
He's praising him.
something about the SD cards is finicky. It wants
Yes.
it wants 32 gig. It's like 32 or 64, and that's the only ones that work or
And
something.
I think there has to be a certain formatting for
Yeah,
them,
it
and
can't-
you can't just take them and stick them in your car and
No.
look at in your computer and look at the tracks. You have to like break them out with the special software or something like that. I don't know. I haven't messed with it too much. I have the
And to me, that's not even a big deal because
No.
doesn't it still have the USB port?
yeah. So
So
you can
it's
still
like-
just go right into your. I think it does.
So either way,
If it's anything, I have the little M32R,
yeah.
and
So,
that has the same card. I think, or the same.
yeah, we had that at the Stress Factory
Yeah.
and
So it's that same card.
another Grooney. That's a Grooney
Baines
story.
brought it the wing to those. He was bringing it to those driving concerts too. He was doing
To do
monitors
monitors,
and
right?
front of house on it.
And
yeah.
again, so I heard nothing, no complaints.
No,
Now, this
everything
is
went
now-
well when I was there watching, like when we were using it.
Since I've seen it, and I was told recently by a buddy of mine who has had hands on one.
Ted, where is he? I'm surprised you didn't put it here for.
Reviews.
No, we're supporting Circle 3 Designs, everyone.
There you go. Oh, that's fun.
Ah.
No, he went and he,
I originally had the
he
5
had,
out
he
for
had the 5 out, and I was like, get the heck, the freaking Digico SD5 out of here. We don't
Put
need
my
it."
product back there.
Instead, no, he rolled this year.
I had the 5 out so we could do some 50 Shades of Digico shtick, but of course
Rooney
Grooney
doesn't show up.
doesn't show up.
Instead, we have his girlfriend here.
Damn.
What?
The console
This
is
is the one that he had in his room all summer.
Hey! Oh.
Sticky.
Imagine moving one of those faders.
Steve is funny, dude.
What I was trying to say is my buddy was telling me about the wing, and he was really liking the experience on it. And I said, I was like, my time on it, I did not enjoy it. I said, granted, I was on firmware like 1.0. And he
Yeah.
says, now that they've updated, it's a totally different beast. And
But-
it's now what they
I
wanted
figured
it
that
to
was
be.
Alright,
gonna
but hold on,
happen,
when
it's
you
just a matter
said-
of when.
But when you said my time on it, what does that mean? What is my
I
time
spent
on it?
I spent maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours
Alright,
here.
But that's like I could say that rather than say my time on any console. Like my first time on any console sucks, especially if you get thrown into it. You know what I mean? Any board that once you learn it, you know, you're like lightning on it, flying around.
Totally.
I
But
d-
I just things that should be intuitive, even things that like the X32 does, I was struggling to do on a wing. So I was like thinking in a sense of like, oh, it should be comparable to what my experience is already with their product line.
Man, you're gonna hate what I'm gonna say next because for boards that I've actually had my hands on for a long time, of all the ones that to me, even after clocking in a lot of time on it, I never get used to, it's fucking Allen and Heath because I can't stand that mix button. I can't stand like having to go back to the outputs, hit that mix button to bring it up. So I would always end up making the user keys, but then sometimes you'd want to use the user keys for something else, and you'd have to give up making the mixes on them.
Right.
And then it's like back to that whole like thing. So it's like you're trying to. It's always like when something happens that you need to address immediately, like, oh shit, I got to get to that mix. That's all of a sudden when you get a little like, oh wait, hold on, output page, fucking mix button, this layer. It's like, oh. And then by
Yeah.
the time you get to it, you're like, man, that was rough.
See, and my experience is very different because I've never really used that for like a run and gun show.
Oh well, yeah, that's
Right.
That's all we do.
Traveling with it with my show file,
Oh, Steve.
and that's all I have on it. So
Tell me I
it's
can
set
look
up
right
for
here.
what I need. So I think that's why
Well, that's
I
the
don't
lane.
have that experience. But I understand what
I
you're
know.
saying. Where
So I just want to let everybody. Is it on the stream now?
What?
Do you have the comments on the stream?
No, I don't.
So Ted's learning the gear as we go here. That's the true K-Sound way. He just figured out how to get the comments up on the live stream so he doesn't have to look over at the other YouTube video. Good job, Ted.
I want to say though, you're talking about the sound effects at stadiums. Chris,
Oh yeah, did he ever answer?
Yeah, he said what'd they use? Something. He said some dopey software called Sound Director. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I mean, if it's anything like QLab, you know, listen, I'll tell you right now, like, all I did was go on Google and start looking at like, how are they doing this in the NBA? And of course, one company's name comes up, who has like the lockdown on it. And man, I don't know why I want to tell that story live.
What? No, don't.
Yeah, all right. So let's put it this way: when I started first looking into who's doing this and how they're doing it, I didn't get any help. You know, I got cockburned. I got,
coming
about
full circle here. Coming full circle.
yeah, about let's put it this way. I had to figure it out on my own. So we already been playing around with QLab, but like now I had to learn every single little thing about QLab. Then I had to learn how to get the trigger pad working with it. I had to learn how to get random sounds to fire off when you hit a button. There's probably people on here that have done this and it's like nothing to them, but like the first time and like your life is kind of depending on getting this gig. It's pretty stressful, you know?
Yeah.
So to try to keep up with the big boys, it was like, how are they doing this? They have this thing that randomizes the sounds, you know? That's not easy shit to do. And then it's like, where do you get the sounds? And everyone says the same thing. Well, everyone's getting it from EA Sports. It's like, well, what the hell does that mean? Like, you know, there's no way to contact EA Sports. All I was getting was game tip hotlines. And then I finally found like an office number and like you try to call them up to see if you could buy the game sounds from them or something. Dude, it was tough. And if anyone out there is listening, if you're doing basketball, pond5.com, POND, the number 5.com is where we got all the sounds for basketball. And I got to give it to Kip. Kip's the one who found that via Google somehow. Football, they eventually, I don't know, someone distributed it to them, the Big Ten, because it's Rutgers. The Rutgers Big Ten somehow got those sounds out there. But the basketball one, we were on our own.
Well, the Big Ten sent the basketball teams the crowd noise as well, and it seemed to have just been 3 seconds of crowd noise looped.
Yeah.
So, and there was like a high pitched something, so it was like, it sounded terrible.
Yeah, awful.
So
like,
we ended up using the one that Kip found.
yeah, and to be honest with you too, man, like everyone that's been at the crowd noise things with us is noticing the comb filtering, right?
Oh yeah.
And well, not the players or like anyone
No,
down
but-
there, but anyone that's listening,
Yeah.
and then starts walking around, they
Go off
kind
the
of
field,
hear
it's
it, right? And they would ask me about it, and it's like, how far do you want to go with this, man?
That's the-
Like
yeah.
I would need
30 more speakers.
like
And
I would have to be playing it off of Pro Tools or something and have multiple tracks of
Multi-tracks,
crowd
exactly.
sounds so they don't.
It seems
interfere.
overkill. Seems like overkill.
It's like, come on, this is one season. Let's just get
you
through
need
it.
a soundscape system.
Yeah,
to do
so
crowd noise.
but to be
60 foot
fair,
pressure.
the crowd noises that we got, they were in stereo, and that really did help because the left side was different than the right side, so that kind of comb filtering wasn't so bad.
It's just when you walked along one side and you got into
Yeah.
the path of two speakers.
If you have one track playing on every single speaker, your
Right.
comb filtering is going to be terrible every scene, you know. Eags, watch out, Ted. I'll show you what a bitch he is if a bug lands on his shoulder.
Hey, stop it. Phil's Aim Joseph, all-time favorite soundboard. Real quick.
LS9.
Oh, that's 9. Oh, wow. One of my least favorites, I think. All-time favorite. D-Live. It's what I know best.
And here's a good one, Kay. What's your thoughts? People thought you might have the Midas Heritage D by now. What are your thoughts on
I
the...
probably would have, honestly. I would have. I think I had a PO
Yeah.
in there. And then when they called me up in like June, I was like, no. Like, get rid of that PO. You know?
And now that Starin's not even distributing anymore. 'cause
Yeah, there's some
Midwich
weird
pulled
thing.
out, that whole mess. They were trying to just get rid of all of their
There's
Music
some,
Tribe stuff.
I don't understand all that Music Tribe, Starin shit. It's just like, I'm a dealer. I know that I got to place the order through Starin.
Right.
Now Starin and Music Tribe aren't together. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to be a Midas dealer.
No,
you know,
you don't
they're-
lose Midas, but their U.S. distributor doesn't exist anymore, so now you have to find a different way to get the gear. Which I don't know what Music Tribe is setting up. They're setting something up.
Yeah,
I
They're
just
gonna
don't
go
know.
through Guitar Center.
Yeah, that's what you do when you're in Connecticut, right?
I mean, all I'm going to do is, yeah, dude. Guitar Center's my. Let's put it this way: if I'm at Guitar
They're
Center,
selling the
if I'm at Guitar
RCFs.
Center, something's wrong.
They're selling the those HD.
Yeah, they always have them.
Oh,
the,
wow.
the line array ones. They
Oh,
have
that?
them.
No, I
Yeah,
thought-
they
I thought
have
you were
them.
gonna say
They have them
HDLs,
flown
like the-
in there. I've never seen that before. That's the first time
the
that they
powered,
had some
their,
sort of
their
an
little
array.
powered boxes you're
Oh,
talking
wait a
about?
minute.
The powered line array?
I want you to elaborate. What your favorite board is? The D Live?
Yeah,
Why? Just because you own it, or
just because I know it the best.
and
I
you
just-
hate the LS9?
You know what? Okay,
That
I don't hate
Yamaha
it.
Crunch.
I don't hate it. I'll
Who said that?
No,
Somebody
I
said-
always say that.
Yeah, it's sterile.
So-
Yeah, dude. I love the LS9. I'm gonna elaborate on mine, and I will let you do yours. Number one, fucking LS9's a workhorse, dude. It's straightforward. It gets the fucking job done with no nonsense, no bells and whistles, you know. And again, the LS9 is the first digital board that I really dove into. You got to remember, I'm coming from a time when turning up a fucking monitor wedge was a knob over here and a graphic EQ over there, and you'd literally turn it up and do this at the same time. And like going to digital, that was like kind of nerve wracking. The LS9, I think, is the one that had the quickest access to the EQ. Just like a couple buttons, man, boom, 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 and I could get to it. Even the M7 doesn't do it as good. The CL5 is the same exact thing as the M7. The LS9 was the bomb, dude. to
LS9
me.
was my first digital board. First one I walked in. So this was when I was in college, and they had a venue on campus. They got rid of the big, I want to say it was a Soundcraft. It's like 48 channel Soundcraft that was there. And come back after like a summer, and there's an LS9 sitting there, and you're looking at the thing like, the heck am I supposed to do with this? So I learned digital on an LS9, and I think I'm grateful for that. It's a great console, still is. I don't disagree with that, but I just feel like since then it's been kind of in the shadows from
Well, of course.
everything else. I mean, it's an old,
The question was favorite digital console of all time.
of all time.
You know.
So that's a.
But like, it's not my moneymaker
I might
now.
actually say I might have to change mine and say a PM10.
A PM10. All right, see, I never fucked with any of them. Like, I never got beyond a PM5D.
The PM7, whichever one.
Mhm.
Just because that's Yamaha on the next level.
Yeah, that's like
And-
Yamaha's Digico level,
Yeah,
and it's like
totally.
I'm already in on Digico.
No, totally.
So-
Yeah, no, but to me, it's Yamaha feel with better sound and
Mhm.
those Neve plugins and everything. It's got the different sound to it, in my opinion.
Okay, I'd like you to answer Alton Sylvester Stallone's question. It says, "What's up, guys? I want to upgrade my stage monitors. Do you suggest powered or passive, and why?"
What does he have now?
He currently uses 12-inch powered monitors. I don't like the DSP effect. Thing that sounds.
I agree with that.
I'm a fan
any,
of passive for monitors.
and yeah, definitely passive. Any of those powered wedges, especially ones that have like built-in DSP, they're gimmicky. You know, you can't just beat fucking straight up wedge. So it's all about the price point. And again, I know JBL stuff more than I know anything else, so I'm biased here. I'm going to be saying JBL.
D&B M2s.
All right,
Just
so
kidding, just kidding.
you know,
Wanna
I'm
drop.
gonna tell them to get the things I have because I have them for a reason, right? I have SRX 712Ms, which believe it or not, you still can get. They act like that speaker is discontinued, but it's not. It's not on the price list and all that stuff. But if you order it,
Shows up.
yeah, the big secret is that the SRX 712M is still manufactured for the China market, so they are there, and like you can get them. So why do I like the SRX 712M? Because it does way more than just monitors. It's doing the crowd noise for us at Rutgers Football
Yep.
Stadium.
No, they're good
You know what I
speakers,
mean?
great
And it's doing it fine. And sometimes you have a gig where the size of the speaker becomes more important than how good it actually sounds. And the SRX is tiny, so it fills in that gap. If you're talking a high-end good wedge, then that's why I have M20s and M22s. You know,
Really
I
cool.
definitely don't get powered because that means twice as much cable on stage.
Yep.
That's such a pain in the ass.
That's a big thing, I think, when you're
Yeah.
trying to do quick changeovers. Now you got to run power along with the signal cable.
Yeah,
Being able to just run one cable, have it labeled as what mix it is, and boom.
exactly. And then it's like, you know, you can't beat running power to one rack and then a speaker cable from that rack to a wedge. That's it. You know, think about the mess it is. It's like you have a distro plugged in. Whether or not, or like, let's assume he doesn't even have a distro. It doesn't matter. You got to get a plug to this wedge. You got to get a plug to that wedge. Even if you're daisy chaining them, it's just ugly. And now you got to run an XLR. If it's all separate mixes, you got to like have a snake or something with a bunch of breakouts to hit every wedge. You know, I have some powered wedges because there is a time and a place for it. You know, I like power. It's weird. I like powered speakers for DJs. Like if I have a band and it's like stage and all this stuff, just somehow in my brain, it makes sense to give that DJ powered shit. You know. Anyway, not all the time. Or a drum sub. I like a powered sub for a drum sub.
Get turbo sound one?
Like it could be the M22 wedges, and if I had a good single 18 powered sub, which at the moment I don't, but if I did, I would just stick a powered sub underneath the wedge and then run an aux to it. I don't know. You could run the aux right from the same power amp, powering the M22 on top of it to turn it on. You know, just link it right out if it's that kind of thing, or run an aux.
Great question by Haywood. I want to get to. Says, if each of you couldn't work production again, what would your go-to job be that you could actually do?
Steve says male model. No.
Nice. I mean, I would probably go back to teaching.
Oh.
Teaching?
Why? What do you think?
No, it's good.
Why do you sound disappointed?
No, I
What
said
would you want me
like,
to do?
I was doing like an awe
Ah,
sound
okay.
effect.
I was an electrician before this, so I'd go right back to doing that. union electrician.
You think I'd be doing a chip truck again? Good old chip
You'd
truck.
be working for Mr. Bob Opedic. Where would you like the couch, ma'am?
No, you wouldn't. I think you've gotten used to doing logistics. You'd probably end up working for like some kind of dispatch, like you.
Planning, truck planning.
What about Arno? Male model?
Yeah, that's actually probably more accurate than Steve.
Oh.
I don't know. I have to think on that a little bit.
RBB.
Oh, yeah, Robbie Gray.
I'd be a pot farmer.
Not what I was expecting.
Why the fuck not? I don't know.
Dude, I went to your
2020,
place
it's
the other night, Top Golf, man. I was wishing you were there to give me a discount.
I
Man.
haven't worked there since I started here.
Oh.
I
You
I
wanna-
know
you wanna
Paul-
go back
I
to
quit
bartending?
them. No, I hated it.
You were a bartender over
Yeah,
there.
I did everything at Top Golf.
Place is no joke, dude. Gigantic video wall on the other
Yeah.
side.
Golf
That
player.
was there after that. They didn't put that up until
Yeah.
after we left. I left. What?
Where was that?
Edison.
Oh, okay. There, got it.
Yeah, I was a manager there for a little while. Did bartending,
I'm surprised the
serving.
streams work. You know,
Sucked.
the internet
I hated
here
the
is
restaurant
terrible.
industry.
I know, the internet is
Yeah,
bad.
I've done restaurants.
No, I'd probably honestly do something related to rock climbing. Get into guiding or something.
I waited tables, bus tables. That's how I met Ted.
First job ever, Cerebral Bar.
And then I met, or not met, I was building decks with a cousin of mine. And then I went to the electricians union, and then I was here. So I would just back up and go.
Why
back
did
to
you
electricians.
prefer doing this over doing electrician work? Because this is more fun.
This is a big.
This is the moment Kay realized.
I don't know how boring this answer is. This is like a long answer. Let's put it this way, dude. Because I was a union electrician, there was a like. Think about when we deal with union stagehands and all that kind of stuff. It's like, I didn't like seeing everyone getting paid equal. Like, I felt that I worked harder and better than fucking 70% of the people on the jobs, and I didn't like that they were getting paid the same thing that I was. And I didn't like that the foremen were just political hacks. Man, I'm going deep here. I hope somebody from the unions watches this.
No, stop it.
Why? He doesn't have a
I didn't
ticket
like that the
anymore.
foreman and the super. See, you got some insight to this too, right?
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
you're-
Yeah, I know how that
the
works.
foreman, the supervisors, all this shit. It's all political. The people that rise up and all that. And it was like you could work your ass off. It's like you really wouldn't work your way to the top unless you were, you know.
Sucking somebody's dick.
Yeah, that's
Ah.
kind of what I want to say without saying it. But yeah, that's
no, it's
basically what it
true.
is. And I was just like, all right, I had enough of this. I want to reap the rewards of my labor.
Yeah.
You know. So
For owning businesses.
and to be fair, dude, I always wanted to do something with music, band, sound. Like I played in a band. You know.
If you can get a
No,
gift.
I quit. I walked out of Top Golf. Walked out of Top Golf as soon as you started putting me on gigs. I was like,
Wow.
fuck that. This was like so much better. I hated doing that anyway before I even got into this, and then I just got lucky with the timing, I guess, and meeting Steve.
You got very
That was
unlucky. Wait, you got very unlucky
Well,
with the timing.
Yeah,
Anybody
but,
working
like,
for me in
That
March
was
was
Rocky.
robbed.
Right? That was from Rocky.
Yeah, that's how I met Steve.
Well, you were able to collect as soon as it all happened.
I was.
Oh,
'cause
so
I
you-
was,
you
I was
actually
in the
lucked
right,
out.
I was.
I'm not-
I got lucky with how our paperwork worked out.
This is gonna get held against me one day. I don't know. Somehow I'm saying something wrong, man.
No, it was all.
Could always
on
edit it
YouTube,
out.
It was all good. Like,
But, well, on the subject of lighting, Steve, Grandma, Jeremy Oak, Grandma 2 or Campsys lighting control?
come on.
Grandma.
I know,
All
that's
day.
all.
Grandma.
Used to be a Campsys guy.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
fine.
having
They do
grandma.
the same thing. You just have to, I think grandma is more like, I need to get something complicated done, bam, bam. Whereas Campsys, you kind of know,
I
you
agree.
really got to know like how to use it, and like making your own effects is a real problem, and it's just the grandma's the industry standard. That's
Getting
it.
into it though, I found that the learning curve for like Avo and Campsys was a little bit shallower than
Totally.
MA.
Yeah,
but
it's a
once
steep-
you
it's a
hit that
steep learning
curve,
curve
it's
on
like
MA.
MA is so much. It's such a stronger, like.
It's a better
Yeah, there's
platform.
there's not
it's
a
so much
thousand
better for building
videos.
and programming your own shows.
Yeah, like there's thousands of tutorials on grandma stuff. You're lucky if you find like a good one by Campsys that's not like the guy who like runs the company.
Yeah, I agree.
Brand
And it's
Steve,
like, it
right?
was made like 7 years ago.
And given it was like
Fair.
at the Stress Factory, like I was just messing around with it for like the past couple days, and it's like it's only the wing and the PC, but like working through it, it feels kind of like a little clunkier than MA personally. You know
It's
what I mean?
it's the
Like,
bridge between like old dimmer consoles and the
yeah,
new
that
technology.
Makes sense.
Damn, that's a shot at Iggy.
I don't hate Cam Sis,
I feel
but
like
I
that's
just
where you
prefer
got that
MA.
opinion.
Now,
That's not-
Show Express, on the other hand, that was opinion.
How about trick answer MA3? Because I'm starting to get into that now.
Yeah.
Oh, come
Is
on,
it
don't do
different?
that to me.
MA2 is going to be the standard for the next 10.
Dude, you
10
gotta get an
years.
MA3, man.
No
No,
way.
MA2,
No.
MA2 is not going anywhere.
People are using the
MA3
MA3
doesn't even have their
hardware
own software
on the
yet.
MA. What?
MA3 doesn't even have their own. I mean, it does. It's like an early
Yeah.
version release. But
No, there are people using MA3.
totally. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, it's like it's not.
People typically get an MA3 hard and they use it in mode 2.
Right.
That's
what
what I
I'm
was
saying. That's what I
saying.
should.
Like that's
that's
yeah.
right.
So
So even if you have an MA3 console,
you're still running
you're
MA2.
probably
so
still running MA2.
Ted, does anybody, do the people even know what you do here? Like, I think they think you're just
Should we
like
do
a
an
hanger
introduction
on.
for Ted?
No, no. Well, here's a good question. This leads to a great question by where is it? I'm missing his name. Let me find it. He said, "How did you start the vlog?" Or where is it?
Clearly, we need someone better to run this.
You gotta
Yeah.
start copy and pasting them into a little note.
Yeah. Well, basically, he asked, "What made you start the vlog?" Or like, "How did you decide?" Like, how did you decide to start the vlog? Okay.
Isn't that a question
This
for
has
you?
nothing
He
to do
said,
with me.
"Oh, he said Kay seems to enjoy it," which he at first he didn't. He hated it. Remember?
I still don't love it.
I was gonna say.
I mean,
That
like, there's a
changed.
lot that you edit out. Like,
Let me explain how it started. When we got the A8s, I knew that was hot shit.
hold on,
Remember?
I want to
No,
start
no.
this. I think
We
I
got
need
the
to start this.
A8s. We got the A8s, and they were hot shit. And I was like, I put my phone out that day. I was like, cool, film it. And I threw it up on YouTube, and it actually got views. So I was like, And then at that time, we had the legendary Marcus in the shop. He's a good friend. He was a good friend of ours. He worked in the shop, and he was like hilarious. The guy was funny. Admitting, he was a funny guy. So I started filming him in the shop, and he was like, "Dude, you should just film more, bro." And I was like, and I kind of started doing it. But I do admit this.
Ted, how?
I do admit this. I haven't, not a leg up or a leg down, whichever you want to say. No one in this kind of work, wherever they work, would be able to do what I do. And
'Cause their boss wouldn't be dumb enough to
there's
allow it.
no way in hell. So like I'm aware of that. So I kind of have that like access to gold. You know what I mean? Like that's like I say in the description. We're not like your normal audio channel for better or worse. Because we probably should do like how-tos and stuff like that. But like I just can't picture us doing that. You know?
Too sterile.
It's
Yeah, that
me.
stuff is so boring, and you
Yeah.
know, as soon as those dudes hit,
They do get views though.
as soon as they
Oh,
turn
yeah,
off the
but-
camera, they're probably making dick and fart jokes just like we are. So like, I do like that aspect of it. That what you do show really
It's
is
real,
like
yeah.
what it is, for better or worse, what we do. But there's no grand plan here, dude. Like I've known Ted since we were 15, and Ted is somebody who likes to get reactions out of people and annoy them, and
He's very
he
successful.
fucks with people too. Like you, if you didn't know Ted, he would figure out what you're into, and then he would get you talking about it, pretending like he's interested, and he's not interested.
He's out of me.
He just likes getting reactions. And I've been in situations with him where I'm sitting there watching him do it to somebody else, and I'm like, this poor bastard has no idea that Ted doesn't give a fuck about what he's talking to us
And
about.
I'm acting all impressed. I'm like, oh
And,
man, it's
like-
incredible. Oh.
And then he sits there and laughs.
I'm doing Teddy
about
the
it.
Great to them. Oh man.
I'm trying to think of a situation.
He also finds things that like upsets you, and then will exploit that. Like
Yeah.
like really low breath and like, oh, Kay said you're talking back to him lately, and he'll just walk away and he'll let that fester in my head. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, are they upset at me?
Yeah, and Ted stirs the pot, dude. Anytime
I do
that-
not.
He is a
Dude,
shit stirrer.
Ted-
I do
Absolutely
not.
shit stirrer.
Ted is
Yeah,
like
he
HR around here because fucking anytime there's a complaint or a problem, if you tell Ted, it's gonna get back to me.
I do not. He's
It's
making me seem
guaranteed.
like I'm Mickey the Rat. No, I'm not, dude. Come on, I'm not
Got
a
the
rat.
big orders
You
to
are.
stir the shit
Yeah,
constantly.
dude, I know. Dude, I know everything.
They're
that
exaggerating. They're totally exaggerating. It's all shtick. It's all shtick.
It's all set up for the vlog now. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it is. But you're definitely. This is your thing.
I mean, it's
Hype
kind
man.
He's totally influenced by WWF. Like Ted's primary influence is the promos of WWF, like those interviews of like fucking wrestlers, like
Trolling each other.
I'm
Yeah, like-
afraid of.
got some bad news. That was if you didn't show up today, me and Steve are gonna open with that. We're gonna be like, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Kay's not gonna
yeah.
be here.
So all right, so when Ted started doing the vlog shit,
You were legit pissed.
I mean, let's face
Yeah.
it. Even now, the views are microscopic. Like this is not some viral thing happening here. We're glad.
We're
that,
too niche.
I mean, it's
I was
cool
gonna say,
that-
it's a pretty niche market.
Yeah, I think it's
like,
pretty cool that
sound
like,
guys who do YouTube. I don't know.
I do think it's cool that there's people that find this shit interesting, but at the same time, like when you first started doing it, my better judgment was like you probably shouldn't be doing this. This can back up to us, but I also didn't want to be an asshole that stifles your creativity. Because if I was you in that situation, I would be fucking annoyed that the boss is being like a corporate wannabe asshole. You know
Because
what I
some
mean?
have said it could be considered a bad optic. My argument against that
It absolutely is.
is I think even if it ever got back to, they're not going to give two shits because we get the job done. That's my. They wouldn't want me filming there, but I'm saying like if a competition was to be like, oh look at these jerk offs on YouTube, like the guy watching, like I don't care, they get the job done. Who gives a shit? Just don't film there. That's what I think.
Did you ever get? Oh, here's a good one. Did you ever get in trouble filming a show? Because I know people want to see more videos of like the actual gigs.
You yelled at me a couple times. You told me I took stuff down.
All right, but did
That's
you
the
actually ever
hardest
get in trouble?
part,
Didn't
though.
you post something once of a comedian we did and like?
Yeah, that was bad judgment by me. That
Yeah,
was.
that's different.
I didn't even think anything of it. I took like a couple jokes he said.
Did they
but
send
I
you something, or did
No,
YouTube
Kay
tell
told me
you?
to take it down
Oh,
immediately.
Okay. I thought you had like. A
I
cease and
didn't
desist
realize
or
how
something.
sensitive. Like I get it. That
No,
they
it
don't.
makes-
Yeah,
yeah,
they want they're
like-
testing stuff out. It was just a
What
couple.
what
jokes.
about no cell phones allowed? If we see a cell phone and you're recording, you're out of the show immediately. Was not clear to you.
Well, I wanted to incorporate him, just like to. But Kay told me to take him. Kay's told me to take stuff down, so there it
So is
happens.
Grooney.
I have that.
Oh yeah, Grooney's sensitive. You have to.
Grooney got to be real careful.
Yeah.
One of
I'll
those
talk. Oh my god, dude! Why not? I'll talk about this fucking. Like, there's nobody touchier in our business than the riggers, man. I mean,
Oh, don't
they-
talk about this.
Why? They're not gonna watch this.
I know it's true.
Listen, dude.
I love them. They're great. They're awesome. I wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do what they do. So.
I was
I
thinking. I'm
respect-
thinking about getting into it with the whole rock
This guy
climbing
climbs,
thing
yeah.
and shit. Now the money.
That kind of makes a lot of sense now that we think
A
about
lot
it.
of-
Why
a
haven't
lot
you
of
just
them-
done
We've had
that?
this conversation.
A lot of people that do that type of work climb to some.
Yeah, I
I think
respect
your
the
rope
riggers.
harnesses.
Yeah.
I respect the rigging guys out there because like what they do is no fucking joke and like it's so super dangerous. My problem with them is they think nobody else knows how to do it, and it's like, yeah, I'm not going to go up there and walk the steel, but I have to know what's going on. I have to bring the fucking steel and the motors that they're about to go up there and hook up. So obviously I need to know it. But they talk to you like you don't know anything, and they always act like that you just don't have a clue. That's my only problem with that. So anyway, with that being said, there was a show that Ted did where I had to do some questionable rigging shit. And I was like,
Oh.
don't put that, don't put that, don't
Oh,
put
I have
that.
the footage. It never got
Yeah, but I'll
released.
That
disclose
was
what
fun.
it is.
Yeah.
We had a what was
Oh
it?
yeah, this is minor. This is years ago.
We had a 50-foot
Yeah.
truss, and it was supposed to be 3 motor points, but like the venue had already installed the stage, and it was a single-man push-around lift, right? And something happened where the point in the middle couldn't get flown, right? And then the lift died, so
Oh.
we went through all this stuff,
the
same lift in
which
the
we
last
joke
rod.
around. That sucks. Yeah, it's
It's
not
not
here.
here anymore, right? We pushed that thing up the stage, and it was dead. We couldn't get it to go, and that last motor point needed to go up, and it was the center point of this 50-foot long truss. So we had the point on the one end, didn't have the middle, and had the last point. And it was like it was starting to get close to doors.
It was
and
close,
I didn't
dude.
want. We weren't going to put the truss up without that middle point, so I straddled the truss.
You had gear on, huh? Huh.
Yeah, I think I was there with my harness.
Well, yeah, that's right. I got his
Yeah.
rock climbing harness and I tied on because.
He rode him cowboy,
So
dude.
then I had,
Rode him cowboy.
I had them bring me up with the fucking lift.
Yeah, I was.
And I threw the fucking rope over and chained it. But then you had all that on video. I was
Yeah.
like, don't put that
Yeah,
up,
and
dude.
that's-
Don't put that up because dudes are
That's-
going to see that
yeah, it's like a
and freak the
liability
fuck
thing.
out. You never, ever. It's like,
What are you supposed to do in a bind like that? I mean, not that
well, I
we.
don't think what I did was unsafe.
No, we have. Yeah, it's just.
You were clipped in.
But it was just like one of them things. It's like, dude, I don't need this on avnightmares.com
Yeah.
and all that.
Oh, Ben Crumb in the house.
Oh, no.
What
I
about the
already said too much.
What about the motor issue we had at D-Shoe, whatever that is?
Ear
Not my motors. All right, not my motors.
That was a big show.
And hey, broken motors and lights. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. All right, I'll tell you about the motor problem at Third Shoe. I am of the thought process that your chain motors, you should run the power cable up to the chain motors and not run the controller onto the truss and then drop the pickle down. I just don't like that. it's like one of them things. Like I don't know, if something's wrong with this. What, Ted?
No, keep going. Keep going. I'm not on camera. Keep going. I'm just saying.
So, anyway, we did this job, and the way the rigging crew decided to do this is they put the motor control on the truss that needed to go up as the cable bridge for the cable, and the fucking breakers were tripping for absolutely no reason whatsoever. They were just like weak breakers, and they couldn't take the inrush of the first hit to start moving. And what do you think happened? The fucking thing broke down 50 feet in the air. It needed to go up to like 80 feet or something. And it was like, now we can't fix the fucking problem because it's all the way up there. Whereas like any other gig, it would have been like, well, this sucks. And I would have just kept turning it on, letting it go up another 5 feet, trip, turn it back on, let it keep going, get it in place and just get through the gig. But now we were stuck.
Oh, jeez.
I can add to that story too. And then, dude, he was almost here tonight for this, right?
Who?
If
Who?
normally you take
Who's
gaff
he
tape
talking to, B.O.?
and you put on. I remember this happened immediately after that. Just to talk about what Ben's asking about. You normally would take like your tape measure that you're going to put on the bottom of the PA, and you put like a tiny fucking piece of gaff tape so that after the PA is to trim, you just go, and it comes fucking down, and that's the end of it. The guy with us that day.
Oh no.
The guy with us that day, the tape measure has like an alligator clip. He like hooked it in, taped it up, put it around a handle. He did all this extra. He did all this extra stuff on the tape measure when all he had to do was a little piece of gaff tape. So after this debacle of the motors
You have a
tripping,
tape measure hanging
Yeah.
from your PA.
hold on. You're supposed to have the tape measure hanging from the PA.
Until it's at trim.
Exactly.
I mean, that's
So
the whole
all
show.
this fucking nonsense, dude. All this nonsense of the motors tripping, and they have to come in with a cherry picker, go up there. The guys change the motor controller out in the air, and it's like, oh my god! Like I never would have done it that way. But again, I had no say. It wasn't me that did this. Obviously, this ate up a big chunk of time, so it's like a fucking hour before doors. The PA's on, we know it's working, it's just not at trim. It's like the last thing to do is to get the fucking stuff to trim, and we're done, right? We go over to the fucking tape, we give it a yank, it don't come down. I start fucking yanking, it's not coming down. I'm like, what the fuck, man? We start taking all the other tapes down. There's 2 tapes, they're both the ones that somebody name listed, and they are not coming down. I probably could have fucking climbed up and it was so secure. And it wouldn't come down. And dude, it's like the lift is out of there now. Like
Doors are about to
I don't
open,
want to
yeah.
have to tell them, guys, we need the lift back in because I need you to go up there and take my tape measure off of the PA. So I'm trying to do all this shit, dude. I start taking the tape out and I'm walking up the bleachers to try to get it like this. I'm trying to fucking, I look completely ridiculous. And long story short, man, it didn't come off, and they had to come back in with the lift and take the fucking tape off, man. And it's like,
After we're off of live, I need to know who did this.
I'll give you a hint. He carries a gun with him everywhere he goes now.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, dude. So that was embarrassing. But yeah, we'll see what Ben Crum says about that. I'm sure.
well, he
remembers.
he also said, good thing we had that ladder. And Grooney said the tape.
What?
Yes, the tape.
The tape.
All of the tape.
What does he mean the ladder? What about the ladder?
I mean, you must have had a ladder there.
I mean, probably.
We did?
It's 70 feet tall, though.
I don't remember a ladder. I don't know what he's talking about.
He said, good thing we had a big ladder.
The cherry picker lift? Is that the ladder?
Oh, man. Ben Welch, are you guys using 30-bit cards in your SD rack?
Fuck no.
Whoa, okay, why so harsh?
Dude, because that's the story of Digicar right there. You think you're done. You think you finally have it. And there's another $50,000 investment that you got to make to try to keep up with the shit that everyone's going to ask for. And, of course, it makes a big difference. Oh, my God, have you heard them? They sound so good. You got to have them. You got to have them. It sounds so good. It sounds so good. It's like, dude, I could buy another SD10 for the price of those cards. How much better does it really sound? Ugh,
Yeah,
that's-
Where's the ROI
I don't miss
on
that
it?
shit, dude. I've had a year. Dude, if there's one thing the pandemic has given me, it's an escape from that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I don't
Where's the-
need that
to-
stuff.
To me, like, there's no real return on investment for you for those. Like,
There-
where's the difference? I mean, in for the amount of riders that you're doing that are going to want that.
The investment
Ghost?
No, it's like,
Oh,
it's
someone
like a
goes
cleaning
over
version.
Please don't turn on the sewing machines.
That
That'd be
was-
hilarious.
No, what I was asking is like what the return on investment you think is for something like that. Like, is there enough to make that worth it?
Somewhere.
Man, it's like I feel
It's a
bad.
matter of-
I don't want to talk shit about like Digico and all that, but it's like, dude, you got to realize that market is made for people with deep pockets.
Right. Oh, totally.
You know what I mean? But like, I'm somebody that's like, I might not necessarily be an ankle biter, but I'm definitely a knee biter. You know, and like that
You wanna
that
smoke?
shit rolls downhill to me.
Yeah, we'll see it.
That shit rolls downhill to me, and then it's like eventually I get a rider where it's like, oh, I'm so close, and like, are they going to make a thing about the 32-bit cards? And if they do, back to that original question, do I buy it or rent it?
Yep.
You know, there's only going to be a handful of companies that have that, and they know they got it. You know,
Glad that everyone on the live stream could watch Ted put on his jacket inside out and backwards.
I almost stole that jacket the other day.
any other good questions?
Well, Ben was talking about the cherry picker.
Oh
but,
yeah. Good thing we had a ladder. Yeah.
Haywood's got a good one. What is the percentage of audio gear versus lighting gear in the house? And do you plan on expand on any video wall on the way?
All right, good question. Reason the company is called K-Sound is because that's definitely where the majority of the investment is. Not that I think of it as that. It's just this is what I've accumulated. But you know, when you're an audio company, you get asked a lot. You guys have any lighting? Oh, you happen to have a video wall, do you? Do you have this? Do you have that? Like you kind of get like these little things. And
Drum set?
yeah, I get asked that. You know, and eventually once I get asked enough times, I'm like, all right, obviously this is a thing. You know, so the lighting stuff is nothing compared to what we have audio-wise. Like, for instance, like I can do an arena show audio-wise. I wouldn't do an arena with the lighting we have. The video wall, I mean, at one point my video wall was 23 foot by 13 foot was the max size I could do. So if they needed a 23 by 13 or less, then yeah, I would offer it up. But, you know, of course they usually need 2 of them at that size, so forget it.
You know you're down a little bit, right? You will?
Oh yeah, I'm down. Well, yeah, I could just rebuy it.
No, I know. But good time.
I have enough to do what we're doing. Let's put it
Yeah.
this way. So if we gotta go over up there again, I still got that. You know what I mean? If I gotta go up there and do the
Something
L shape
else.
again,
Right.
forget it. I can't
Right,
do
right,
it.
right.
So Ben says, Grooney, no Digico comments, and Grooney goes, nah, the silence is better. Maybe.
Does he finally learn to keep his mouth shut? Nah, probably not.
Is that Digicos are noisy joke?
Oh, maybe. Or is Grudy noisy?
Or is he trying to say that he's so used to hearing the noisy tactus?
Ben says, keep talking about video. I gotta put my kid to sleep. That's true.
Nice. That's funny.
But I'm wondering.
Do they like hearing the war stories? Like the shit like with the tape that gets stuck? Because I got a billion of them.
Those are hilarious to me.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
We should save some though.
you are aware it's getting late. We could do these in the near future once the.
Yeah, I was about to say we should save some.
Yeah, it's getting a little late. The holidays are a coming, CUM, and it is going to be a good. What?
Jesus Christ.
What?
Ted's got some kind of playbook here that says we have to end it at a certain time. So
No. I will.
Who needs a
Oh,
pickup?
Arnold's out.
I'm not dealing with those jokes. You got who are you? 12-year-old boy?
Oh,
yes, he is.
Yes,
Where
I
have you
am.
Doing this now?
yeah, where have you been?
Well, the holidays they are approaching. Hope it. You want to keep it going a little longer? Let's
Dude,
see.
I wish we had Ben on this, man. Ben's been there since the beginning.
Yes, Ben. I want to hear more Steve impressions of Mike K. Yes.
Steve impressions of
The-
Mike.
yeah,
Kay.
he's
Do an
the.
impression of me
Yeah.
returning gear at Guitar Center because Ben experienced that quite a bit.
You gotta get him. Steve.
Call Guitar Center. Dude,
I can't.
dude. This MIDI controller is just not working.
No,
dude.
turbo. Pretend I just bought some blue turbo sound speakers and I used them on 2 gigs and they're just not cutting it. This is a true
Oh, is that
story.
what happened?
Let's see if you can hit the nail on the head. Ben will let you know if
So this is you talking to the rep at Guitar Center? Trying to return them,
This
or-
is at a time in the early days where Guitar Center's 30-day return policy was very appealing to me. And I would exploit the shit out of it and actually get in trouble. In fact, my nickname over there was the Negmeister. So if you work at Guitar Center, apparently people that return shit, you're getting negged, negative, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. And the guy over there called me the Negmeister.
All right, let's go.
They
there now.
actually had. Wait, they actually. I think the truth be told, they had a picture of you don't accept returns from this guy or something like that. That's how bad he was.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
It's the
Ted,
policy.
Yeah.
Ted, back the truck up. Ted, Ted, get off your phone. Ted, get off your phone. Back the truck up. Go right up to the door. We're gonna ramp right into the store. Oh, hey, what's going on? Dude, don't mind the glitter. Don't mind that all the horns are dead. Don't mind it. That smoking smell. That's not a burnt driver. That's Ted. All right, I have the receipt somewhere.
Dude, it said right on the back of the receipt, if you are unsatisfied for any reason, man, I stayed within the realm of the law here. Like, it says I'm allowed to do this. So,
But it's almost
there
embarrassing.
may have been a time where I bought, like, a pretty sizable
leave
turbo
it?
sound rig at Guitar Center and went and returned it for an EAW rig. I want to see what he says. I know he remembers this.
We got some questions rolling in.
My question is, do you got viewers?
Yeah, no,
Is the number,
it's
is the
staying.
number going up and down?
It's up and down, but it's gonna be like decent after. it's
Beer.
up.
It's boring. See, that's the thing.
What?
I leave this stuff and I'm like, why do you do this? Like, do these people actually care?
Well, they like hearing you the most. Kay's the Kay and Steve
Alright.
and Arno and everyone. They just like hearing
All right,
the
what's the
story.
question?
Well, that's why the questions keep rolling in. Lyric Light and Sound. Ever had long-term partnerships with other companies go well? I don't know them. Not really.
Fuck no. In fact, dude, the best bullets I ever dodged were partnerships. I mean, I had
not-
a couple people that I worked with, and we were going to start something. We were going to do this. We were going to do that. Dude, keep it a dictatorship. That's all I can
Sound
tell you.
Sound Access events. Have any of you guys toured the UK?
No,
What?
I haven't toured I've been to London.
Arno has. What'd you? I don't
Arno
know if they
looks
could hear
like
you
he
over
has.
there. Yeah,
There's
Arno
a
looks like he
difference.
has.
It's the fanny pack.
Oh, this is it.
I never toured.
Can you answer this nicely? Related to the rigging stuff, any tips on working with union crews? I struggled to instruct my folks the first few times around. Felt like
Oh yeah, I got it. I got tips for this.
I could get the rig up quicker myself. Yeah, which is true.
All right, dude.
Uh,
All right, here we go. Dumb it down, man. You got it. You got to color code stuff. You got to try to have tedious things laid out. Get your cable looms together so that you can tell a guy, you're going to take that head, the cable head of that loom, and bring it out to the PA. And then, again, I mean, I prefer those dudes not to make connections, but that doesn't mean my Sacco speaker cable won't get plugged into a lighting dimmer. So, yeah, try to color code stuff, and try to have as much shit that you can do at your shop or your place beforehand, and that's it. And you know, as far as there's a guy, that guy Ben on the stream. He's the better one to ask this to, because I'm still learning this as I go. And every time we do a job like that, I don't feel like we do it good enough. But all I know is you got to try and really dumb it down for them, man.
Well, I also feel like in your case, I feel like you're constantly doing something. So if you tie yourself up into like doing something, and then someone asks you what to do, you're just like, just get away from me. I'm doing something. Whereas like if you have like a whole union crew, like you kind of have to learn how to just be a people's person and like know like to organize your thoughts and like, all right, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, and I'm just gonna stand there and watch. It kind of sounds shitty, but it's better than like you're in the middle of something and people are asking you what to do, and then you're kind of like frantic because you're all over the place.
I feel like I know where that guy's at, though, man. He probably doesn't have people that he can really trust. And even me, man, like I only got, I could probably count them on one hand how many people I got that I really trust to do it right. So if you're in a big arena and shit's going to go up, and like it has to work when it goes up. Like for instance, I'll go back to that rigging issue that I had. Could you imagine if after all that something was wrong up there? Like, and then it all had to come back down? Like that, the union crews don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to be involved in that, and they get all mad, you know? And it happens. But like, you obviously have to try to do everything you can in your power to avoid that. I would say another big step, which I learned along the way, and I used to not do, and now I do, color code your shit that's going to stage left and stage right, coming out of the truck. And then if you're in an arena, you gotta plan accordingly. Somebody has to stand at the truck and call what cases are going where, and then the guys will get in the swing of it. White stage left, red stage right, you know. And then after you have that, you got to kind of have a guy on house left and house right, ready to accept the cases, start placing them, and then telling those crews what to do. And again, like, I'm not trying to say this to mock the guys with the dumb it down, but like, you can't expect 15 random people to know your system. So you gotta really try to like make it brain dead. You know, you can't expect them to understand that like the PA is going to take 6 NL8 circuits and that's going to be these 2 amps, these 2 amps, these 2 amps. That circuit 1, 2, 3. You can't expect that. You just want to give them an end that's got red, green, blue, yellow, whatever, and then at the amp brackets, red, green, blue, yellow, and it's as simple as like, oh, okay, I get it. You know, it's all got to be like that kind of stuff. And something to this day I'm still trying to figure out how to do better is get signal routed to all the amp racks better. That's something that's tricky, man. Like the bigger companies, they spend pretty big money to do that, and I'm not really willing to spend that kind of money because I can do it in other ways. So good luck with that. If you find a good way, let me know.
Classic K. Ben put the. Do you have 10 SM58s? Give them to me for $100. I'll return them next week. Hey, that's what we call K to a T.
I don't think I would do that kind of stuff.
No. What?
Oh no, dude! I do know what he's talking about, man. I totally know what he's talking about. I did a job where, like, coming up to the gig, they sprung on me that we needed 10 lavaliers. He's like, we're gonna try to do this thing on this stage, and we need 10 lavaliers. And this was at a time when I didn't have it, and
K's giving away his hacks.
To be fair, I went in there with the intention of not returning them, but then, of course, after the gig, I came to my senses, and I was like, what the hell am I going to do with these things? I bought like 10 Shure PGX wireless lavaliers, did the gig. I think as an
Walk into the
incentive,
Guitar
I
Center.
think as an incentive, I might have, I can't say it, I'm not saying it.
No, yeah, just leave it.
I might have strategically hired somebody to do the gig with me so they wouldn't be upset when I returned all of it later. Can anybody figure that out? I hired Ben to work the fucking stage.
Yeah, this is going well. People like the K stories. Lyric Light and Sound. I'm purchasing some Harman gear. Best amp purchase. 9,000s, 1200s, 4x.
I'd say 4x.
I could say something here that would absolutely get me in trouble, so I'm not going to say it, but deduce what you will. You might as well just buy the 12K.
Wow. All right, leave it at that. All right.
Oh, fair enough. I was gonna say Behringer Nuke.
Yeah.
Tell me there's a difference between that.
Sure. there's a difference, dude.
So it seems to be.
I still have a 4K sitting in my apartment collecting
Yeah.
dust.
Or the 4x35. Either the 12K or the 4x35.
I thought that's what they meant.
Isn't that what he said? He said 5K, 9K, or 12K. Come on, Ted. Dead space here. Dead air.
Well, it's starting to slow down, so I'm saying maybe we should
Wrap it up.
end the night, and maybe we'll do this again. We don't know that.
Yeah.
Why does everyone always comment when I change my words?
Can you change your words?
I do the ultimate. I do the mix of country, the mix of Brooklyn, and I do it all. So,
Yeah,
Man of many voices.
we're missing a couple of trucks. It looks like, by the way.
what do you mean?
Where are they? Where are the teaks?
Mr. Logistical.
One's getting juiced
One's in
over
Sayreville.
at the gas station.
It's getting juice.
The other one's getting juiced over at the box place.
Eddie Spaghetti's got him still.
Sound access events. Definitely do it again. We will. Hopefully, we shall see. You got any holiday wishes for these people, man? Come on.
Work.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah,
Oh, those
whatever
kind
it
of
is.
wishes.
Stay safe.
What's Steve getting for Christmas?
What am I getting? Nothing. I asked for art. Could you imagine?
Get another Vans hat.
I already got my fans. Don't worry.
What
Also,
about
fuck you.
what about Keg? Another ramp.
Another
Steve style
ramp.
joke.
No, my dreams have all come true, man. I got my ramp.
You know what's
That's
weird?
it.
If anyone ever wants to look back, those are old episodes that have no views. Kay has a giant ramp. It's like really old. You gotta like I forget where it's like.
It's not that older last summer.
Yeah, but you know me with
It's
the
like a year
stupid
and a half
seasons
old,
things.
yeah.
Kay hates how I do the seasons.
I mean, there's a shitload of videos.
But
There's no rhyme or reason to it. What's the ramp season?
Season 4.
Which one's ramp season? Do you even
And
know?
we're on season 12, but it was only last year.
Do you even know what the Rams season is? Season 3, season 8.
But we don't have any end roll here. We got Robbie B, K, Steve, Ano in the corner. He's hiding.
What's Enroll?
End roll, like whatever. That's stupid credits. Whatever.
Oh,
So we're just gonna
is he
say
inventing his own words, or is that an actual word?
I don't think that's a
That
word.
might be the
new
credits.
vlog next week. Next week is the sub loadout. I might throw in some of the games we did in the snow and the rain. But
Oh
it's
my
gonna
God.
be this.
me and Kip were going to check one of the speakers, and I was just like, and it was like where the snow covered, bleachers were snow covered, and I was like, one of us can fall, we'll split the $500,000. We're gonna get into this lawsuit. We'll split it. Come on, I'll do it.
But
Dude, I was gonna make a joke like that when we were there, but I was like, I don't even want to jinx it.
That's coming out next week. Hopefully we do another live show. We shall see. I like this little setup here. Thanks to Arno for the incredible lighting. Get back on screen. You ran off like a scaredy cat. What happened?
Let's go. I gotta get going.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he's got to go.
We're
Sorry.
we're using the dead stream. The dead stream.
Arno says his goodbyes.
See you,
See ya.
Later, guys.
I guess
Enjoy
we'll,
your lobster ravioli or whatever you're having.
we'll be. How do I end this, Steve? Because just hit end stream, I guess.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I'll let you
and-
figure
and
it out.
Turn off Go Live.
No, end stream on YouTube or go live. People are seeing this.
Turn off Go Live. It's the same thing.
Where's the yacht?
Oh my God, this is
This
the
is
K-Sound
the- this is
way
the
if
funny
there ever
ending.
Was any the fucking crew doesn't
This
know
is
how to use
Ted-
Am I doing
Tate.
am I doing
Who doesn't
shtick
know
or
how
this
to
is
use the
natural?
This
Thanks,
is why I
uh,
need to be there. This is
thank-
why I need to be there.
Thanks everybody. Catch you next time.
Next what?
You know I always change my voice. I'm probably still on. Was I like the worst vlog?